Welcome to the Ocean Community 50 Over 50 series, presented by the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce. The road to success starts at Valenti family of auto dealerships, and visibility along the journey increases greatly with the help of 321 Media. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 50 Over 50. I'm very excited today because I have not met my guest before, and that is always a lot of fun for me. My name is Ben Barber from 321 Media, and this is presented by the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce, celebrating 100 years this year, and of course, also our friends at Valenti Family of Dealerships. Today, I'm very excited to talk to award winner Eric Pivco from the Velvet Mill. How are you?
I'm good. Nice being here.
It's nice to have you here. Sorry, say that again?
My honor.
Oh, well, we are honored to have you, sir. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Managing partner of the Velvet Mill. You and I just commiserated about giving us our own titles, and I was like, I used to be the managing partner of 321. Now I'm the VP, and you're like, I guess I'm the VP by default as well. So
yes, I am. I'm the only man on the ground here. My partner is in Brooklyn. Haven't been here in 8 or 9 years. So everything you see is me, and in essence, I am the mill.
Yeah,
there's no one else.
I love it. Well, in that case, we have a lot to thank you for, because the Velvet Mill has just been such a. Not only has it been a great addition for Stonington, but for the entire area, and especially as a incubator for new businesses, for a place for it's a destination. It's a place for small businesses to come in and get their start. It's a place for some larger businesses to find a permanent home. Like, it is awesome. You have like this little city inside of a mill. How did that come to be?
Well, it was started all spontaneously. One day I went down the street, ran into my friend who happened to own it at the time. Him and his friend, they bought the mill prior to me in the auction, and I just ran into him and started a conversation. And here, after a short conversation, he says they may be interested to sell it. And I thought, well, I'm not sure if that's something I can digest. So I said to him, I'll call to my friend in New York. He's an investor. He may be interested in something like that. Long story short, we end up putting an offer and end up purchasing the mill. That was on February 11, 2010. At the time, I didn't have exact clear vision of what is it I wanted to do over there, but pretty soon, right after that, I kind of realized we have a small artist community there that was established prior my days. It was very small, like maybe 10 or 12, 13 tenants that were artists, and I wanted to pick that component of the existing businesses there and expand from there. I like it to stay an artist community and small businesses. However, at the time, we had no zoning to get other businesses such as retails or restaurants or shops, or it was only light industrial use. And that was the big hardship for me in order to make anything of it. We were mostly storages for boats and vehicles, a winter storage, few light production, manufacture, assembly business, but nothing to get overexcited about. It's a lot of leaks, a lot of maintenance problems, and it was a big challenge at the time. However, in the end, I decided to go more with retaining the artist community. I love that idea. It was a quiet use. It was not intrusive to the neighbors and stuff, and I thought it's a good stump to start with. Eventually, I went to the the borough of Stonington, and I wanted to change the zoning to allow me to have different uses so we can get better tenant, better rentals. And it was a process of few months. Eventually, the town was reluctant to grant me the zoning. They were very wary about the intensification of the use and what is it going to be used as. And obviously, with me, just new on the stage in the area here, they were not familiar with me or with this guy with the accent, what he may do here to the town, and you know.
How much you're going to improve the town by
They
doing this?
they weren't seeing the improvement. They were thinking, "I'm going to make it worse, or make like a clubs there, or who knows what they were thinking." They were not too happy with it. Very nervous.
It's so funny to look back in retrospect and be like, "This is going to be one of the greatest things that's ever happened to the town."
Well, it wasn't as visible for them at the time, and they weren't as clear of the vision of myself on how to develop and what exactly to do. I knew I don't want to do condos, but it didn't ease up the stress on the neighborhood, and they were very concerned about what's going to take place over there.
Sure.
And eventually, being we were already artist community, naturally I had some artists who wanted to come in, so I have some demand for the artists. We had a few shows there that was very attractive to open to the public, like open houses for the public. And I saw that there was a lot of enthusiasm with the art and the artist community, and I just wanted to have few small businesses, like small retail, like maybe a gift shop, souvenir shop, maybe personal service, like nail salon, hair salon, sort of personal trainer. So eventually I was granted some of allowance for uses, and I was able to attract more different tenants other than artists as my zoning was widened up and expanded. I was able to get different businesses. So I developed new categories that were peaceful, not too noisy, not too big, and it turns up on a very conservative development of personal services, like, again, hair salon, nail salon, flower shop I had in the beginning. Was my first studio. I actually built it for Verdant florists that's still with us and have a great shop in downtown Stonington. Like Ben mentioned, we are a great incubator because we are pro new business owners, people who never had a business. A lot of artists started at the basement, wanted a room, so they went for a studio. And a lot of people who never had a business and wanted something cheap that have some exposure and something that's affordable. And the mill was a perfect spot for it. And we did incubate quite a lot of businesses that are popular and more familiar, such as Verdant Florist, that's still with us in Stonington, such as Mystic Network. He started at the Velvet Mill.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, he did. Now we have two shops down in the Mystic. He have a great wholesale business. So he started at the mill, at a small shop.
Wow, that's incredible.
And so was the current tenant that we have, like the Whitecrest Eatery started there.
Yep.
Woodfellow Pizza, under his branding of Woodfellow, started over there.
Yep.
And move on. Then we have the soap company that's still in business in Groton, and few more that are still around us. We got the bagel shop who moved to Pocatock. They opened up, started at the mill on a small shop, the flower shop.
The flower shop.
So we have a lot of great example of small businesses started at the mill.
And what's great about that, first of all, that's got to fill you with a lot of pride. To look around the neighboring communities and go, we gave these incredible business owners the opportunity to come here, do it, grow, and then expand. And that's really awesome. I think the other thing is all of the businesses that you just mentioned, the ones that eventually moved to different places and whatnot, It goes to show you the quality of businesses that are coming into the Velvet Mill. So even when businesses leave the Velvet Mill and they're replaced by new businesses, there's a credibility to the Velvet Mill itself and to the businesses that have come through and come out of the Velvet Mill, that when you hear that there's a new restaurant opening in the Velvet Mill, when you hear that there's a new boutique or something opening in the Velvet Mill, you're excited because there's an expectation of quality.
That's absolutely true. In fact, we are having a new on-comer on board, which is the famous Mystic Cheese guy. And he's opening in the Velvet Mill. Already have a shop. It's halfway ready. Should be open the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And
Wow.
that's another layer and another addition for the mill to supplement the great businesses that we already have over there.
Yeah.
We also have a relatively new bagel shop that opened up, and she's doing very good, have extraordinarily great bagels. We also have Masa and his wife Merrill Bakery that joined us last year. They're doing tremendous. They just expanded their operation over there. They're doing very well. And we have long timer businesses that choose to extend their business and stay at the mill and expand within the mill borders, such as the Beard Brewing Company.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He started there.
Yep.
Even though he opened additional facility of production in Groton, his main business still at the mill, and he's still there. So is Zest Bakery. She started there 12 years ago, still going strong. And I met with her today. She's looking to do some sort of expanding and maybe more seating area. So it goes to show you, or Whitecrest Eatery, they took over the pizza shop and opened a new brand like the Backdoor Pizza. And now they trying to put additional bar and a kind of an event space. So some businesses are doing very well there and chose to expand there versus moving to bigger spaces or other communities, and they love it there. So we do something right there.
You do a lot of stuff right.
You do a lot of stuff right. To tell me what they think is right. I'm trying to support business. I'm pro-business. I'm helping my tenant. I accommodate them. I do the best I can for them. And their success is my success. And it's not a cliche. I'm really holding their hand, make sure that they are having the best chance of success. And some of them doing great. And some of them doing even greater and choose to expand and go to Mystic or go to Westerly, and that's good too.
So I have 15 interviews just for 50 over 50 scheduled for this week. And then everything else that we do at 321 on top of that. So we've been back to back. And I just finished an interview, or we just finished a show recording right before you came in, and my business partner was like, someone's in the waiting room, and I was like, oh, I have literally no idea who is next. And I looked at your name and on my calendar. I found my calendar, found your name, went, I don't recognize the name. Immediately Googled you, saw Velvet Mill, and went, I'm so excited for this conversation because that's how important and integral to our community, all of our community, Stonington, Mystic, Groton, Westerly, how integral to the community the Velvet Mill has become in the last almost 15 years.
It's about 15 and few, yeah.
The farmer's market was the first thing that I ever went to, I believe, at the Velvet Mill. Or no, I think Beard was the first thing I ever went to. But
Beard came before the farmer's market.
Yeah,
the farmer's market got approval later on.
Yeah,
I was not able to do it from zoning.
Yep.
Eventually, they requested to move into the mill because in the winter, because it was indoor. Before that, they were in the Como. It was very small. It wasn't enough parking, so they chose to relocate. And zoning approved them, and then they decided after COVID to stay permanently in the mill, winter and summer. So that's very good for us, and definitely helping for the rest of the business and make it more lively and more attractive, and a lot more things to do at the mill, which makes it really a great spot.
The great thing to me about all of this is that in a time, in a world where shopping malls are closing left and right, and this is not new, they have been for 20 years. What you've done at the Velvet Mill is essentially create something local and better, but
True.
but it has the same feel as when I used to go to the mall as a kid. And they're not chain stores and chain restaurants, they're local business owners, they're local entrepreneurs, local people that have stories and have dreams and are chasing those dreams and doing all of these things, and it's beautiful. And but it's so funny because it just goes to show you it's not the concept of having a bunch of businesses together in a giant building that works if what you're doing is good. You know what I mean? And and so I just think that that's crazy because if you look at what the Velvet Mill is, essentially, like it has a similar feel to what a mall used to be, but better.
It's a lot better, and
It's a lot
I
better.
feel you hit it right on the nail because the trend nationwide, as you mentioned, is it's people tired from shopping mall. It's too big, it's too large, it's been there, done that. Everything goes online. People barely leave their house other than maybe food and entertainment. So to see the mill becoming a destination and people just go there because they have a good atmosphere and they just doing a stroll between the shops and the options of food. So it's a very unique, and I think the secret or part of it is the fact that all the businesses are there are very unique. A lot of them are stuff that's creative or made on premises or created at the mill. And also, we have incredible, talented tenants, such as even the restaurant. We got very incredible chefs like Johan at Whitecrest and Yo-Yo at Masa, and great artists and great unique shops. So the people themselves is a big component. We got great tenants, we got great unique businesses that are offering unique products in a great unique environment. And the combination of all of it, I think, make it what it is.
Even when you have when you have seasoned business owners in town like the Keelties looking to open up a new restaurant with Doc 9 with some partners, where are they going? They're going to the Velvet Mill. You know, like
It's
that's
not just that. They also the Kilties I know for many years because I used to be their landlord for many years because I used to own that building of
oh
Perks
wow,
and Corks, that River Terrace,
sure,
and the building next door. So I happen to know the Kilties since the beginning when he just bought the original Perks and Corks. So we're going many years back, like
oh yeah,
20 something years back. That also part of the consideration because they rather be at the mill with a familiar guy that they
of
trust
course,
and want to work with because they know I'm going to do a lot for them.
yep,
So that's more also a personal influence over there, but clearly I'm sure they checked other opportunities in Mystic or Westerly or other location, and that was their choice to open at the mill, regardless than their knowledge or knowing me. So
sure.
I
But
think
it's all of the reasons, right?
yeah, it is.
You know,
Sometimes in this particular case, it's just the assurance that they have with a reliable person who's going to help you out and put his money where his mouth is
sure.
and help you to establish your new business. And that's what I do for a lot of my tenants.
What drives you to help people establish their businesses like this?
Well, number one, I love to see entrepreneurs. It reminds me of me when I was young. So I see like Beard, he came in, he was just a very young guy. He was maybe in 24 years old at the time. And
Wow.
he was accountant full time. And then that was his hobby. So again, I like entrepreneurs that have big spirits. They want to take the risk. They want to do. They usually have unique ideas, unique product, and they're willing to try. And I'm thinking when I was young, I was entrepreneurs. I was not afraid to try. And along the road, there were people who actually believe in me. And that's left a big impression on me because I figure, sometimes you just need one person to believe in you, believe in your idea. And that really can change your life. And some of those people, they find a place that the people that believe in them help them to develop and achieve their dreams. And I think that's part of their success. And this is my motivation because literally their success is my success. I would never make the meal what it is if not for the great businesses and tenants and idea that actually those people brought into the mill
Yeah.
to make it what it is. It's not like I said to myself, oh, let me go and open this great restaurant. I needed a great chef who had some enthusiasm and wanted to come there and put the money and risk his money at the time that we didn't know where the mill gonna go. So some of those people, they took risk, and I felt strongly that if they risk the money and reputation and want to be with me and jump into that boat, then I'll do my best to make sure they succeed. And
That's incredible.
yeah,
What brought you to the Westerly area, Westerly, Stonington, Mystic?
my wife, she was her uncle was living in Westerly, and when I married her in 1992, she had a family here, and we took a day trip here one day. And she says, "Oh, you got to come and meet my cousins and my uncle." So we were in Westchester, New York. We took a ride up here, to Mystic and met her cousins. And that's how I got introduced to the area through my wife. She had an uncle here that she used to come and visit in the summer. So she took me here, and obviously we always liked the area. But later on, we decided that she decided she wanted to come up here more regularly and maybe be permanent here or get a summer home here. And we end up investing and buying that building in River Terrace in downtown Westerly, which at that time was not much in downtown. There was almost nothing in downtown, but we end up buying it in 1999. The building was boarded and was again empty, no income. The town was a ghost town, and I told her that's a great location. Even though there's nothing there, I can see the potential. It's on the river. It's going to take time, but I used to live in New York at the time, and I used to come up on weekends to help her out to develop the building and manage it. And eventually, after we bought the property, we bought a house here, and eventually she rented her Westchester home and moved up here more permanently. And I was coming in weekends for a few years because I was working down in New York. Down the road, I relocated here permanently around 2007, 2008. I sold my business in New York and moved in with her. And we had nice home on Elm Street. We had that building, and we still were the building next door. And I was looking to expand my business over here, so I don't have to commute to New York and do business more locally here. And that's how I end up looking for his investments, and all the rest is history.
Well, we're really all glad that you did.
Thank you.
What did it mean to you, or what does it mean to you to be one of the 50 over 50?
Well, number one is big honor for me. I wasn't expecting it. I think they opened a whole special category because it used to be 40 under 40.
So it's since it's the 100th year, yeah.
50 over 50, and I said, how come they just remember me now? Because I'm over 50 for 8 years now. So where were they those 8 years? And I don't recall it that they had it before.
No.
So I ran into Lisa, and she said, "Oh no, it's a new category we're doing for the 100-year anniversary for the chamber." So I said, "Wow, it's a great honor, obviously," and I was very surprised. But yeah, I appreciate the choice. I don't know who recommended me there. There must be someone who
listen. If I knew you before this interview, I would have recommended. I would have nominated you.
Okay. I guess someone thought I'm worthy enough
absolutely.
to be among the 50 people. So that's great recognition. I'm very appreciative, and that's a great honor.
Well,
I'm very proud.
It's incredibly well deserved. What do you like to do when you're not working?
Unfortunately, I'm working all the time.
Yeah,
so
I hear you.
What do I like to do? I like to take a small vacations. I like to, just go out and maybe travel. And I just been last week. I was in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, New Hope, Pennsylvania. And there's also very beautiful, lovely small town right on the river, like here in Westerly. So when you go out there, you can open your mind and you can get concept and see what other people do that are successful in other areas or businesses that are having great, unusual concept. And that helps me also to develop my concept and or maybe see things that I want to create or recreate in the mill. So other than that, I'm working 7 days a week. The mill is open 7 days a week. I'm always there almost every day. So it's a full-time commitment over there.
Of course.
Doesn't leave me much time to do much anything else.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all of the wonderful work that you do every day, and also the opportunity that you have given for dozens and dozens and probably close to 100 already people to come in and live their dreams and give people an opportunity and a place to learn and grow and stay if they want to, or to use it as a launching pad if their dreams are bigger than those four walls. But I love it. I think that what you've done is incredible. The Velvet Mill is like one of the best places to go in the area for anything. Just on a day that you don't have anything to do, just go walk around the Velvet Mill. There's always something happening. There's always something going on. There's always good food to eat. There's always great stores to check out. It's wonderful. So
that's very good. Makes me proud. Thank you.
You should be. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Guys, that's Eric. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to Valenti Family of Dealerships. Thank you to 321 Media and the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce. My name is Ben Barber. We'll be back next time with more 50 over 50.